Hello, everybody. How we doing? Can you hear me? Is my audio working? I think it is. How's everybody doing today? My name is Rob. Welcome to my weekly live stream. I'm here every Tuesday at 2 o'clock Halifax time, Nova Scotia. For those who don't know where that is, that's East Coast Canada. So 2 o'clock here, 1 o'clock Eastern time in Toronto or New York, Boston. Where are you watching from? I'm always interested to know. Say hi in the chat. We can have a little chat here. I got a couple things written down to talk about this week that hopefully you can get some help from. Maybe it'll help you out. Maybe try to avoid some of the things that that kind of I ran into this week. But I'll get into that. So what am I going to talk about today? Let me quickly tell you what's going on, what I got on the agenda for today. I should get back at putting the agenda items on my screen. Should I? Would you guys like me to do that? It does take a little bit of extra time, and I was kind of pressed for time today. I actually, I think I set this up, a couple hours ago, but with less than an hour to go, I decided to record a video, and I've already recorded it. So I've got a video to edit. If time permits, we'll get into that in the live stream, and you can see how I edit a video. A couple of different things that I want to do with this one. That's what's going on here. Let me just double check, make sure you guys can hear me okay. Did anybody say yes to that? Audio's well? Audio's good? Looking for a thumbs up from that. I don't see. Yeah. All right. Peter says yeah. Yes. All right. Perfect. Let me get into the live stream and just see who is here. And if you have any questions about anything, sorry. Okay. This is another topic for another video coming up. I got a lot of stuff going on in my head, and sometimes it's hard to stay in one direction. I've got squirrels running around, and I always feel like I got to stop talking about that and start talking about that. I'm horrible for that. So I try to catch myself. I do the best that I can, but I think I'm fighting age with that one. Anyways, let me get back. So today I'm going to talk about a story of mine that something happened to me around copyright strikes this week. I want to just mention for those who haven't noticed or heard yet that I do now offer consulting services for anybody who wants, call it extra help. I put a video out about that yesterday morning. So I'm still going to do my live streams like this every week. They're going to change a little bit though, and I'm going to mention that in a second. I'll be doing demonstrations in these, answering your questions. Always going to continue to answer questions in the YouTube video comment section. And that's awesome. Actually, I love it when you guys comment on my videos because I get ideas for my future videos from the comment section and from these live streams. But if anybody wants extra help or basically wants, their own, wants to tell me what they want to do, their ideas, and if they want to bounce ideas back and forth with me, then I'm available for that, for anybody who wants that. I am working on additional bonus videos to add to the starter course that I launched 2 months ago now. Gosh, is it 3 months? No, about 2 months ago. So there's going to be some bonus material added to that, and everybody who bought the course are going to go get that for free. As well as there's a new mini course in the works that I'm working on. And the other thing, well, that's pretty much it. I got a couple other things I want to talk about, but that's basically it for today. If we have time, we'll get into video editing. Like I said, I just recorded a video. It's not going to be very long. I'm going to say 6 or 7 minutes, something like that. So so how we doing? And where are we watching from? Got some comments. Are we live? Hey, Rob, 60 plus. Are we live? We are now. Dinner is served. We are live now. 60 plus. Hello. It says, hey, Rob. Hello. Dinner is served. 2 p.m. Nova Scotia time. Yes. I think I've for the last 6 months or more, it's always been 2 o'clock here in Halifax, Nova Scotia, that I go live. That may change, but we'll see. Depends on what you guys want, really. 7 p.m. Belgian time. Perfect. Hello, Peter. How you doing? Good to see you. Sophia, how are you? From Portugal. It's 6 p.m. in Portugal. Very good. Dark outside, but beautiful moon in the sky. I guess that's on its way here. It's not dark here yet because it's only 10 after 2. The Weezer, hello Lee, how you doing? Beautiful blue skies here today, but cool 38 degrees Fahrenheit. So Lee is in Michigan, USA. Hello Lee. Sandy McKenzie, hey Rob, looks like you're Ontario, I think. Canada for sure, love it. Fellow Canadian, how you doing? Peter, hello everyone. Hello Peter. Sandy, hey everyone, nice to see you. Good to see you. Life Lemon Dodge, hello everyone. Hello Life Lemon. Grace, sorry. Name's Grace. I could have figured your name wasn't Life Lemon. Grace from Barrie, Ontario. Very good. Just wanted to thank you, Rob, for all your great advice. I'm just starting this YouTube adventure, and I'm having fun so far. Scary as it is at 63. It's scary at any age, but I think us older people tend to be even more put off by it, thinking that it's a young person's game, but it absolutely is not. So good luck with that. Have fun with it. Oh my gosh, I'm in Sweden. Sweden? Why did I say Sweden? I must have seen that somewhere else. Phoenix is not at all Sweden. Hello, Heidi. How you doing? Good to see you. Maybe your last name, Gustafsson. That sounds like a very Swedish name, actually. Maybe that's why I said that. Good afternoon, Mustang 774. Good afternoon. Eric, you hear and see me. Good. Okay, here we are into the audio and image. Okay. Hand claps. Sandy, Inver Huron, Ontario. Very good. I'm not sure exactly where that is. I know where Ontario is, but big province. Very big province. Hello, Peter. Eastern Washington, Cronus Ichor. Sorry, I'm not very good at pronouncing names sometimes. But welcome from Eastern Washington. We've got Buffalo, New York. Hello, Phantom. How you doing? Fred Flintstone is joining us today. Wow, that's a special from Orlando, Florida. Welcome, Fred. Yabba dabba doo. Madhouse Creations. Hello, everyone. Hello. Arlene Timber Henry. 2 p.m. for me as well in the Dutch Caribbean. Ah, very good. So directly south of here. Very good. Very good. Eric is 7 p.m. in Oslo, Norway. 7, so that's 5 hours. 5 hours difference. Very good. Never been to Norway. Would love to someday. Sandy, yep, I like it. Very good. 7 p.m. as well in Belgium. All right. Hey, when the inspiration happens, you got to do it. Absolutely. Love that. Love that. Sound is good. KJ Crafts can hear me great. Hearing and seeing okay. Good sound. Awesome. Just going through these. So I use, for those who don't know, I use Ecamm Live to live stream. It's software that's only available for a Mac, and I use a MacBook Pro. But there's other software that allows you to do what I'm doing here by clicking on a chat message and displaying it on screen. You could do that with StreamYard. You could do that with, I believe you could do that with Restream, with Riverside as well as another one. But yeah, OBS, I had a hard time making that work in OBS. It's like a third-party plugin, but it is something, if you're good technically, you could probably figure it out. Oh, and hey, I must have anticipated your question, Cronus. Do you use StreamYard or stream directly from YouTube? I use Ecamm Live connected to my YouTube and then stream out through YouTube is what I do. I have used StreamYard. The first time I ever live streamed was with StreamYard. And that is over 2 years, 3 years ago, 2 years ago, quite a while ago. But then I took a long time off and stopped doing it. I've been at it again regularly since this past February. So coming up on a year, I guess. And I did it. I think I did it with OBS for a few weeks, and then I found Ecamm Live and thought, wow, yeah, I like this, and I do. I love it. So that's how I do. Oh my God, me too, squirrel. Yes, yeah, that's an issue, and I think So I sometimes try to figure out what videos to make. So based on the videos that I have made and what I see people like to see, so this is what you do when you make a video or videos on YouTube. You upload them. You want to see how they're performing. You want to get into your analytics, see which videos do better than others, and kind of double down on the ones that are working well. So the videos that are doing well for you, try to figure out why they're doing well, and then maybe make other videos that are similar but kind of dancing around the similar topic, maybe from a different angle or things like that. So what I've been doing lately is, so my audience, you guys, for the most part, not everybody obviously, but for the most part, people are finding me through my videos on beginner YouTubers, over 40 YouTubers just getting started, so things like that. But also some Camtasia video editors, because that's how I started my channel actually, before I made a bit of a pivot, soft pivot I like to say. I'm still talking about making videos, but now not so much focused on the actual software, but more of an overall approach for people my age and older getting into YouTube. And I'd like to help, because I talk to friends and family all the time about this, and I'm very passionate about doing YouTube. I love it. It's a great time. And I think that's important too, to enjoy what you do. But, you know, in explaining it to other people, I realized just how little a lot of the people my age know about it. But in my mind, it's like, it doesn't have to be that difficult. And you could make it real difficult, real hard. You can, especially with the video editing, you can make things super difficult on yourself if you want to. But there's ways to really strip it down and make it easier on yourself too. So anyways, I'm looking at this message here I got on the screen. Oh my God, me too, squirrel. I think I probably just went down a rabbit hole there with a squirrel with that. But and I do that from time to time. That's just me. So anyways, yeah, it's okay to make videos about whatever. So I don't know where that thought. Anyways. Mine's a little bit jumbled right now. I'm trying, too many things bouncing around in there. So let me just get back to the chat and see what else we got going on. We've got hello from Cleveland again. Hello from Cleveland. Hello back to Cleveland. Here from Creators Cove, Grammy Story Time. Hey Rob and everyone, how you doing? Good to see you. I'm selling 2 Amish wagon wheels for $175 both. Pick up Cleveland. Thanks. It's a little out of my wheelhouse, but wheelhouse. Secret Soul, hi Rob. Hello, how you doing? Hey Rob, Peter, how you doing, Peter? Secret Soul is in England. Awesome. Hamilton, Ontario. Hello, Crystal, how you doing? Good to see you. Watching from Buffalo, New York. Go Bills. Uh-oh. The Bills play my Lions in a few weeks. I'm not going to be going for Buffalo there. I'd love to see a Buffalo-Detroit Super Bowl, though. That'd be awesome, but not going to go for the Bills if Detroit gets there. Sorry. Julie, hey, Rob, never apologize for jumping from a subject to another. You are offering so much value. Hey, it is what I mean. It's in my nature to say sorry because I'm from Canada. That's what we do. We say sorry all the time. But yeah, I am who I am, and I'm probably going to jump from topic to topic. Heidi is from Swedish descent. Very good. Gustafson from Phoenix. That's right. Love that you are getting started. My channel is, Grace. Love that you're getting started. My channel is 7 days old. I'm 59 and loving it so far. Yes, scary for sure. Have fun with it, Sandy. 7 days old. You're just getting started, and yeah, have fun. Don't get discouraged if it doesn't grow as fast as you'd like. For some, it doesn't even matter if it grows or not. Others, that's all they care about. They want to grow a channel and earn money from it. But more often than I figured, people my age and older are starting channels not to make money at all, but for other reasons, like for sharing videos with family and friends, or for basically laying down a legacy, for lack of a better term. And I made a video about that a long time ago, but yeah, I mean, I just think it's a cool idea to make videos of yourself talking about whatever you want to talk about, something you're interested in, preferably. And other people can watch that. Like your family can watch that, and your family can watch that like your descendants. Like I'm talking 100 years from now, if YouTube and the internet still exists. Hopefully it does, but who knows? But yeah, it's a legacy, something you can leave. Some people might think that's a dark way to look at it, but I don't know. I think it's kind of cool. That's just another reason I'm finding that some people are starting YouTube channels. Like messages or wisdom allows you to share wisdom with your future family members. Maybe your grandkids are incredibly young and you want to give them some wisdom for when they're in their 20s, right? Stuff like that. So that's a cool idea. Share my saga with AI. Hi, Rob. I deleted two. Hello. How you doing? I deleted 2 videos that were doing great because there was allowed by owner copyright B-roll. Deleted the videos because YouTube said it could affect those videos being monetized. Okay, interesting. That's interesting. But yeah, always safe. I mean, if YouTube suggests you delete videos, then I would delete the videos for sure. You don't want to mess with copyright strikes. Are there specific analytics you pay more attention to than others? CTR, number of comments. So CTR for sure. So CTR is what will help you figure out how your thumbnails and titles are doing. That's what CTR is, because CTR is click-through rate. Okay, so yeah, if you've got a good title and thumbnail that is like, that's what people see. People have no idea what's in your video. All they have to go by is the title and thumbnail. So if YouTube puts that up in front of them as something they recommend for them to see, and the suggested videos are recommended or whatever, you're going to decide whether you're going to click to watch that video based on only the thumbnail and the title. So those two together should work together. And that's kind of why I like to say, try not to put the same text in your thumbnail, like in the image, that you do in the title, because that's redundant. You're wasting space, basically. You might as well just only put it in the title and have no text in your thumbnail, right? It's the same thing. So what I try to do is put very few words in the thumbnail itself, have the title be longer, and then whatever I put in the thumbnail, it could be asking a question or an answer to what I say in the title, or somehow it's got to play off one another, and together hopefully it gets that click. So I 100% look at click-through rate for that and try to see which thumbnails are working better than others. But the other thing you want to watch for is that I think is probably one of the most important things is your retention, and that's the graph that'll show up. I think it's around a day after you post a video, sometime into the next day before that graph will show up, and it's the one that looks like it'll show you how things are dropping off. I can show you what it looks like. If I share my screen here, let's go. Oh, let me share my screen. Which one? This one. There we go. So here I am. This is my YouTube studio. So if I want to go to, well, this is my most recent video. Let's just go to video analytics here. Nope, that's not going to work because, yeah, see, retention, it's not available yet. Let me drag this in here so you can, there. It's not available yet because I posted that video yesterday. So let's go back. Let's go into content. Let's go to this one here. So analytics, that's a video I posted last week about DoorDash. We can talk about her in a second too. So this is that video there. And if you scroll down, this is the graph I'm talking about. This is the retention graph, okay? So you can see things like, so the gray part is average for my channel, and then the blue line is how this video is doing. So for example, if I leave my cursor there, at 27 seconds in, 68% of the people are still watching, okay? If you come down here, it'll give you some hints. 69% of your viewers are still watching at around 30 seconds, which is typical. Learn more by comparing to your other videos. So typical. What you want is something that's above typical, right? You want people to stick around for longer. And yeah, the flatter this curve is here, the more horizontal it is, the longer people are watching before they drop off to the end, okay? I mean, you're never going to, well, every once in a while you'll see a spike, and that is usually because several people have decided to go back and listen to something again or see something again that was in the video. And that will give you as a creator some ideas as to, what's working well. So obviously you said something there. If there's a spike that people liked, let's go to the video and find out what it was and maybe try to learn something that way. Okay, so yeah, I pay a lot of attention to the retention graph. I try to and like delivering your hook. Sounds like a dark word too, but I'm more talking about the intro of your video. The longer it takes you to kind of get to the point, the more people will leave without knowing what your point is, right? So you want to deliver that as soon as you can. And that's why I typically suggest don't put a very long intro in there. No need for fancy, animated graphics and things like that that were popular several years ago. But now it's all about delivering content quickly and just get into it. Now, one reason why your retention graph, this might drop way off really fast, is if your title and thumbnail might be working, but once people get to your video after they click it, if your video has nothing to do with what they thought they were going to get, they're going to leave. Okay, so not only is it important to get the click with the title and thumbnail, it's then also important that whatever you're delivering in your video has to match up to what the viewer is expecting to see, or the answer that they're trying to get to. Okay, so yeah, those are the two most important things that I look at in my analytics. So I hope that helps. We have Peter says, I posted my first video last Friday. I felt really nervous. The biggest dilemma for me was what language should I use, English or my native language, which is Flemish or Dutch. I went for English. Okay, so what do I have to say about that? So yes, English is probably the most used language on the internet. I don't want to say it's the most popular language. That's not. And if we take into account like Mandarin and some Asian languages, there's so many people in Asia. Maybe it outnumbers. Well, I think it does outnumber English. But like, you're right though. There's probably a lot more people, potential audience members, who speak and can understand English than Flemish, probably. So because of that, yeah, you have a larger potential audience with English. Some people have said that they're uncomfortable making videos speaking a language that's not their first language, that's not their native language. And that's okay, and that's fine. If you're more comfortable speaking your native language, then maybe that's what you should do. Let's see, there's a couple different ways to look at it. Number one, because there's not near as many people who speak and understand Flemish, if you did make videos in Flemish and that's all you did, then you might be able to corner the market on videos for whatever topic you're talking about for people who speak Flemish, right? So that's one way to look at it. Now that market might be small, but you might be the, by far, most popular creator in that market. Okay. On the flip side, if you decide to go English, right, and make English videos because there's a much larger audience, then some people have said to me, well, I don't know if people who natively speak English, if they're going to like or be able to understand my accent. Okay, that's a concern. And to that, what I would say is, if you can communicate and people understand you, and you don't even have to be perfect. Like, your English doesn't have to be perfect for you to get followers and viewers to your channel. There's a lot of people who speak English not as their first language who are doing great. A lot of people love hearing English in a foreign language, a foreign accent, in a different accent to what they're used to. Some people like that. It really comes down. So, and this is as a wider topic, we could be talking about language here, accents. We can talk about the way people look and how they think they look, how they sound, all of these things that people tend to think about and maybe don't think they're perfect enough to be able to be successful at it. And maybe they're comparing themselves to certain creators that they know, right? Or influencers or whatever. The bottom line is everybody has an audience or a tribe basically waiting for them. Okay? There are so many people on YouTube, like, I don't know what like a billion? I don't know, like a lot. So if you can get, like, let's say only, I don't know, 0.1% of the people that you reach, maybe only 0.1% of those people like the way you sound, look, whatever, like your videos and all of that. 0.1% of a billion is a lot. And I'm not going to do, well, 0.1, so one, it's a lot. It's millions. Okay? So that's why I say, just let the people who don't like your content or the way you look, the way you sound, your accent, all this stuff, let them just go. Some of them may leave a negative comment on their way out the door, but that's fine. You can delete that, you can hide it, whatever. They're probably not coming back. They're not part of your future audience that's waiting to be found by you. The people who are the ones who do leave positive comments, who like the way you look and sound. They subscribe, right? And the more videos you put out, the more exposure you're going to get from a whole bunch of people. But eventually, YouTube's going to figure out who it is that is your ideal audience, and they'll find similar people and start pushing your videos out to them. And before you know it, you'll grow an audience of people who like the way you sound, look, how your videos are, like the presentation, all of it. They like you and what you do. And that's great. And that can happen for anybody. It doesn't matter, like I said, doesn't matter what you sound like, how thick your accent is, what you look like, what your gender is, any of that stuff. Doesn't matter. You will naturally find, or YouTube will help you naturally find your true audience that wants to hear from you. So that was a long-winded answer. I'm sorry, Peter, but I've had a lot of people with self-doubt that I think hearing something like that might help. And it doesn't have to do with just language, although I've heard that before, but some people don't like the way they look. Some people don't like the way they sound. And a lot of it has to do with they look at themselves in the mirror. That's not what they like. They hear themselves in a recording, and that's not what they thought they sounded like. When in reality, it is what you sound like. It's not what you normally hear, because you normally hear yourself from within your own head. Nobody else hears you that way. Everybody else hears you like you hear yourself in a recording. So, anyways, I think I'm beating this one to death. I hope that helped, Peter. Hey, Jason, how you doing? Good to see you. Jason from Creators Cove. Tech for Senior, as usual, from Comox, BC. Hello, Tech for Senior. How you doing? Nice to see you. The Homework Dad, you're such an inspiration. Keep up the great work. Thank you very much. I appreciate that, and welcome. Yiska Memlink, how you doing? Yiska? Yiska, I think it's Yiska, but hello. Thanks for stopping by. Hello from the Netherlands. I just started a YouTube channel after overthinking it for several years. I now decided to create crappy videos and just having fun with it. Awesome. Congratulations. Create videos, have fun with it. That's super important. And if you think they're crappy, I mean, some people might not. But more often than not, when you just start out, yeah, they're probably going to be crappy. But that's okay. That's how you learn, right? You watch your first video back again, and you're going to cringe and just try to figure out, okay, how can I be better next time? And maybe it's the way you talk, maybe it's the way you edit, whatever it is. Just try to get a little bit better every time, and then before you know it, you'll have 100 videos on YouTube, and you'll be able to look back at your first one and laugh even harder at it, right? Because you'll be so much better. Fred Flintstone says, do you have contacts with Camtasia? I wish they would mail the volume numbers bigger on the slider. Oh, make the volume numbers bigger on the slider and save audio volume presets for background level and voice level. It's a shame. Yeah, I do have a contact at Camtasia, and I can mention that, but they also do take requests through their support. Absolutely. But yeah, so there you go. But yeah, so volume numbers bigger on the slider. I don't really know what you mean, but do I have even? Anyways, but yeah, I can certainly mention it to them. Absolutely, they do take requests and they do make changes all the time, and that's all part of when they made the change to a subscription model from being able to buy it outright. Now it's a cheaper, although annual payment plan. They did that so that they can release new things quicker and not save a whole bunch of releases up and then only do them once a year, right? So that was part of the reason for doing that. So I would definitely ask them for sure, mention that to them. Cronus says, hey Rob, when you are doing your videos, do you ever use a teleprompter? I seem to have trouble talking to a camera and trying to remember what I wanted to say. I get you 100%. Yes, I have a teleprompter. No, I don't use it very much at all anymore. Mostly since just these last several months. The only time I use it now is if there's something. So I've got a video in my head that I'm going to do probably later in the week where it's going to be kind of important that I get the intro exactly right. And there's like 5 or 6 sentences. I don't want to miss anything. And I'd rather just read it correctly one go in one take than just say it sentence by sentence and then edit them together. That's something else you could do. So because of that, I may use a teleprompter. But besides that, I don't anymore. Talking to a teleprompter, I find like there's a skill to that. It's not as easy as it might seem if you don't have one. You might think, oh geez, if I had a teleprompter, things would be so much easier. I just read it and it's great. Most people who use a teleprompter, you can tell that they're using a teleprompter, and that may turn some people off. It makes them seem less authentic. They're just reading a script, right? Now, if you're good, good at reading off a teleprompter would mean doing things like still using your hands to, if you normally do when you speak, looking away from the lens every once in a while. Like if you're thinking, you do this, or I do, not everybody, I suppose, but otherwise, if you're just staring right in the lens the whole time, and people might even be able to see your eyes kind of go back and forth like they're reading, depending on how high definition you're recording yourself in. Like if you're recording yourself in 4K, people might be able to tell that your eyes are going back and forth because you're reading. Unless the teleprompter is, and the lens you're using is so far away, like if you get a bigger teleprompter and you put it further away, then they may not be able to tell that at all. But like for me, my lens is only 2 feet from my face right now. So if I had the sentences like that far apart, they'd be on my phone scrolling up. You'd probably be able to see me moving my head back and forth. So you have to be aware of that and be good at trying to hide that. And then there's the whole problem of, is it scrolling too fast, too slow? The one I use with the app that I use is Prompt Smart, which actually it takes advantage of your phone's microphone. It listens to you speak, and it scrolls once it knows that you've read what's on the screen. Like it scrolls with you. So that's great. That really helps. But anyways, I don't know if I answered your question. That's some of the difficulties to think about when using a teleprompter. Have trouble talking into a camera and trying to remember what I wanted to say. Yeah, so the teleprompter is one way to get around that. Another way is to, what I did when I first started was just record one sentence at a time and stitch them all together. That might not look the greatest the first few times you do it, but there are some tricks to hide the stitches. Like instead of just cutting to when you speak again, you can, like, that next piece of video could be zoomed in more, so it's like you're punching in, or you add something else to the screen, like a graphic or something like that. Keep changing the zoom level whenever you do a cut is one thing you can do to hide that. But yeah, so that's what I used to do. But what I'm doing now is what I try to get most people to do, because if you can get this, God, it's so much easier. It is so much easier. And that is just a freestyle and talk to the camera. Just off the cuff, you're talking to a friend. Like, that's the way I try to think about it. I find it easier when I'm doing live streams because obviously I'm not reading from a script right now. I'm answering your question and I'm speaking my mind. But if I want to make a video about a certain subject, then yeah, it can be hard to make sure that I say everything I wanted to say and not forget anything, right? So what I do, and can you see that? Actually, one second. I just made a video before I went live, like at 1:15, I recorded it and I finished by 20 to 2. So 20 minutes before I came live. And when I make a video, I make it sitting, or when I made this one, sat in that chair with that camera over there, but with this lens. But on that tripod are my notes. Let me grab them. So that's what I do. I put bullet points underneath my, here, let me get rid of the comment. I put bullet points like this underneath my camera so that I can just kind of look down and quickly refer to them while I'm making the video. Now you guys are knowing, you're going to know what I'm making the video about. Yeah, and then it's not scripted. It's just that I can quickly glance to make sure I haven't forgotten anything. Okay, so just bullet points. The things up here that I wanted to say exactly the way I wanted to say it, so like I didn't want to miss. And then I also actually, for this video, I used my phone. I used ChatGPT to look up the definition of a copyright strike. I had it on my phone and I read that from my phone. So there are some tricks you can do to make speaking off the cuff go a little bit smoother. Those are some of the things that I do. So hopefully that helps. Simply Michelle, me too. Very good. I'm not exactly sure what that was for, but see, I tend to fall behind in the chats as well because I'm so long-winded with my answers. I hope you don't mind, but what are we? It's 2:42 already. Wow, 40 minutes have flown by. Thanks. At 59 years old, cancer survivor. I want to leave a legacy and it feels like my diary and journal, just chatting with a friend, hoping to help, give and inspire. That's awesome. That's see, I love that idea. I love, and going through something like I've not gone through cancer myself, but like my mom has, yeah, it makes you think about things differently. I bet. Not speaking from experience, but sometimes if something like that might open your eyes, and then all of a sudden, leaving a legacy is something you might think about. And I think it's a cool idea. How's that going, Jiska? Yiska, are you happy with doing it off the cuff, so to speak? Did I miss something? Yeah, see, sometimes I do miss something. If you ask a question and you see that I've skipped over it and I've forgotten to answer it, please just ask again, because I'm doing this all by myself. Maybe at some point I'll get someone to help me out with this, but right now, yeah, so I make mistakes. Jason says to Heidi, I always think of the thumbnail as a magazine rack. Imagine walking up to a magazine rack and all the magazines, which one catches your eye? Absolutely. That's great, Jason. I love that. That is great. Let me show you one quick little trick that I also do. I'm going to share my screen again. Let me bring down this. So this is Canva. This is where I make my thumbnails. So, and usually when you open Canva, it goes like this. It's nice and large. It shows me the last thumbnail that I made. One thing that I do, and I make my thumbnails, as you could see, I've got several in this one file, several thumbnails. What I do is I change the zoom and I make it super small. And I just kind of quickly glance it. I want to see if the text is large enough to be read when everything is small like this, because how many people are going through YouTube on their phones? A lot, right? So I want them to be able to get the point across with it small like this. So that's one thing I always do. Yeah, so I change the size and just see what looks good, and maybe what text needs to be larger. So just a little trick that I do. There we go. But yeah, magazine rack. I like that. Fail forward. We're just getting better. I like that too. Makes sense. The magazine rack. Yeah, that's a good one. I haven't heard of that, but great. Yeah, it's absolutely bang on. Answering Sandy. I'm 5 days old. Still figuring things out. I was clicking around and hit report by mistake, so now I hover before I click to be sure. A report. Oh, like for a comment you didn't like? Yeah. I don't think that wouldn't be such a big deal if you did that. If it's a comment you don't want, anyways, for sure. So would you consider your last video successful? So we were looking at, where are we? Share this. We were looking at, so my last video, well, this is my second last. I don't think you're referring to this. Well, this one here. I would consider this one relatively successful. Yes, 4,500 views, which is great, and it's still rising. It's still going up. Got a number of 35 new subscribers from it. But the one that I just did is this one. Whoops, I clicked the wrong thing. We wanted to go analytics. Oh, I could have gone there, but anyway, analytics for this one. So this one I just posted yesterday. So the retention graph is not there yet. This one, not so successful, but I didn't think it was going to be. I had a very specific reason for putting this video out. It's short. It's only 6 minutes. All it was announcing that I now offer consulting. So that's not something that's going to help the vast majority of my audience, the people who subscribe to me and like my videos. This is just something for probably very small number of people who might be interested. But I wanted to get it out there. I wanted it to live on my channel so that people could see, future people, maybe a year from now, whatever, that's something that I offer. So that's why I put that there. I never thought it was going to do well at all. And as you can see, so you can look at this graph here. So right there, for instance, well, let's go right to the end. 425 views as of 1:47 p.m. Typical is 1.2 thousand to 2,000 views, so it's well below typical. See that gray area, that gray grayed in area? That is a typical video of mine. That's how a typical video would perform. So if I make a video and I want to see it do really well, I want it to go above that line, basically, right? So this one is not, but again, that's totally fine. To be expected. And not every video can be a winner anyways. You don't necessarily want to make every video potentially into a viral video. It's just not going to happen. And also, once you know who your audience is and what they want to learn, there may be some, obscure thing that not many people need to know, but maybe that some people are asking about in your specific audience that you feel you should make a video about. So you're going to make the video, or you should, because that's what your audience wants. But it may not do near as well as something a little more general or broad-reaching, right? So, and it's good to have a mix of all those types of things. I never know if it, in this case, I had an idea. That one was not going to do that great, but again, it's out there. But yeah, so there you go. Let me so I don't want to take up too much of your time before I get into, maybe now, let me just quickly go through some more of these. Yeah, there's a delay between posting messages and me reading them, 100%. Oh, sorry, I missed that one. Would you answer my question? I'm going to have to look at what your question was. I'm scrolling up. I don't see it. I'm sorry. You're going to have to post it again. I'm sorry. I'm answering. Let me just take a look at the live here. I don't see where you might have posted a question. I don't know why. Maybe I missed it. Maybe I missed it. I am sorry, Era, but if you want to post it again, feel free, and I will answer it. Okay, let me quickly go through this. English is not my first language. No. In 2025, YouTube will have an AI auto-translate function, which should increase all of our audiences. Cool, very good. The Powder Horn just started posting outdoor-related videos a couple weeks ago. Awesome, congratulations. Hello, everyone. Hi from the UK. Hello, Roger. Good morning from Las Vegas, Nevada. Thanks, Rob. Hello, Tanya. How you doing? Solo 713. Does the live watch time count towards watching time hours for monetizing? Does the live? Oh, yes, it does. So, yeah, the hours that I get for this live stream, absolutely, they count towards getting monetized. They count towards the 4,000 watch hours you need within a year to get monetized. Yes, and that's why I suggest going live. If somebody has gotten 1,000 subscribers but are having trouble getting the watch hours, which from what I hear tends to be the case more often than not. That was the case with me. Some people get the watch hours before the 1,000 subscribers, but in any event, if you get the 1,000 and you need to increase your watch hours, do live streams, 100%, because it can add up. A typical live stream of mine, I'll get over 100 hours in 2 hours of live streaming. So yeah, there you go. Hi from Spain, finally catching you live while getting ready for a new rainstorm alert. Ouch, that's no good. Sicilian life, late to the party. Yeah, but you made it. Good to see you. Stay safe in Spain, absolutely. Just watched the Venus Theory video about AI-generated music copyright claims. What a mess. Yeah, I'm not familiar with Venus Theory, and I have not watched such a video, but yeah, I'm trying to stay away from all that stuff, like the AI-generated music. Yeah, I don't quite, I mean, I think that's still an evolving thing. As some of you know, I subscribe to Epidemic Sound, so I get my royalty-free music from Epidemic Sound. That way I know that, you know, the creators have a deal with Epidemic Sound, and that allows me to put them on my videos, and I have no trouble at all. Slider volume level on the timeline. Volume level. I mean, I'm in Camtasia here, but I don't see a volume level. Oh, okay. So maybe you're talking about in a clip how there's a volume line that you can move up and down. Yeah, if that was a little more pronounced, that would be good for sure. For sure. I may have just gotten used to it. I've used Camtasia for so long. Sure, there's probably things that I'd like to see done a little different, but I use it the way it is, I guess. But 100% feel free to ask them about anything like that, and they're usually pretty receptive. Personally, I think that watch time probably only counts after the live video has finished and then watched afterwards, but I'm not sure. Yeah, so I did spend some time trying to figure this out, and from what I see, it's both. It's during and it's after. Now, the analytics, it's different because I've seen different things in the YouTube Studio on my desktop versus the YouTube Studio on my iOS app, like on my phone. Like even though, but the next day, like when I see the stats, because I track the watch hours on a daily basis. Well, yeah, on a monthly basis now, but every day I update my spreadsheet with the new watch hours and all and number of views and things like that. And I think, so I'm not 100% sure, but I think the watch hours you get during the live also count. I'm not sure why they wouldn't either. But I'll look into that some more. If I try to script and follow that, it takes so much editing. So for teleprompters, I believe you're talking about, yes, yes. Oh, and yeah, to cut out, like just edit all like your one sentence deliveries together would take a ton of time. That's why I suggest if you can speak off the cuff and just do it in one take, leave mistakes in and all, which people really don't mind these days. You can edit so much faster that way. Yes, have a sheet off screen with bullet points will help you immensely. Yeah, it just takes practice, that's all. Hi Rob, have you tried the Elgato foot switch with your A10 Mini Pro Black Magic switcher? Do you think it would be helpful? Love listening to your positive energy weekly. Thank you, Dan. And no, I have not. I have not tried the foot switch. I don't use the A10 Mini as much as I probably should. I mean, I have it hooked up now just with two cameras. So that I've got that angle, which was on when I started, and that angle. So those are the only two cameras I have in this. I also have my iPhone plugged, or not plugged in, but it's, well, it's an iPhone and I have a MacBook. So you can use your iPhone as a camera wirelessly. And that I have a button on my Stream Deck to switch to that one like this. So that's my iPhone, and that will allow me to kind of pick it up and show you the room or show you whatever. So that's how I use that. But no, I've never used the foot switcher. Not used that. You don't mind that I'm long-winded. Good, because I am. How to sync your screen recording and self-recording to have screen in screen. Round shape, just went through your video. Thank you. No problem. I think you mentioned that in a comment recently too, or somebody did. Yeah, that's something I can go through too here in a live stream. Don't think I'll have time today to do that one, but I have done it before, and like you said, I do have videos on that. She said she's now doing crappy videos rather than overthinking it. Maybe you think they're crappy, but they're probably just fine. I'm going to make 3 to 5 thumbnails on one sheet and zoom for sure. I find it helps me. At 4,500 views, I'd fall over. Happy when a new video hits 100 views. It's funny how your perspective changes, because I was the same way not that long ago. You know, but you know, just keep at it. And in my case, one video made things take off, and then I'm just kind of, it's kind of snowballing on that. But yeah, same thing. You know, just keep plugging away and just keep trying new things and trying to make, like, know who your audience is and what they like, and try to think, oh, what else might they like? What else can I help them with, right? And the more you try different things like that, the more chances your audience could expand. Yeah, and I think what I've noticed is if I put out a video that does really well, like if it's ranked number 1 of my last 10, you see that in your analytics. Because when you first put a video out, it's only subscribers really that see it, right? I think YouTube tries it out with existing subscribers first. Now, if your existing subscribers are watching it more often than not, and the retention graph is, you know, they're watching more of your video than normal, then that's a clue to YouTube. Oh, maybe this is a good video. Let's try it on some more people, right? And then if that goes well with them, then oh, let's try it with even more people, and that can snowball. And that's how a viral video happens. And I've seen it happen once with a video I had in July. And there's one video that I did a month ago that is still doing really well. Really well. So yeah, it's fun to watch. I can get addicted to YouTube analytics too. 2 Lost Angels. I opened a new channel a few months ago for a new project, and life chose to give it a twist, preparing the first video, and it will be intentionally crappy so people won't have to complain for no reason. There you go. Great way to look at it. I've been incorporating your tips. I have slow growth but steady. I only post 1 video a week, so that may be normal. Hey, 1 video a week is fine. Post as often as you can comfortably, right? Don't try to overdo it or you'll burn out. But one video a week, I mean, some post one video a month and are successful, right? So it's whatever you can do. Arlene says, my question, which I can't seem to find a satisfactory answer for, is can I record myself on Zoom and upload that to YouTube, or does it have to be on a phone or camera? So I'm only now getting into Zoom in terms of hosting meetings, and I'm going to talk about that a little bit more in a few minutes. So I'm not that familiar with Zoom yet, but I'll say this. However you record yourself, you can edit that in whatever editing program you want to and upload it to YouTube, right? So yes, I believe you can record yourself in Zoom. So yes, you can upload that to YouTube. You can record yourself in your phone, right? And if you record yourself in your phone, you'll then have to get that video from your phone to your computer where you're going to edit, unless you're going to edit on your phone too, which I don't do because for me, a phone screen is too small to edit on. So whenever I'm making a video, I'm going to do my editing on my computer. So if I record on the phone for an iPhone to a MacBook, I can AirDrop the file. If it's not, then maybe you plug your phone into your computer and transfer the video file that way. Or another easier way, probably, would be if you have Google Drive or Dropbox, you can upload the video from your phone to your Google Drive account or Dropbox account or OneDrive or whatever you have in the cloud, and then go to your computer and download it and then work on it. Zoom, if you record it in Zoom, then it's already in your computer. Unless you use Zoom on your phone, then it's there. Yeah, there's no reason why you can't record that. The only thing that pops into my mind is if you're making a video that has other people in it, you'd want to get their permission before putting them on YouTube. But aside from that, yeah, you can record however you can record a video. So I record my screen sometimes, and that turns into a video, and then I incorporate that into my video edits as well. So doesn't matter how you record, you just have to get that file, that MP4 video file, into your computer so you can edit it, and then you can upload it to YouTube. So hope that helps. Davina, hello Davina. Sadly, I always only get to see the last 10 minutes of your live due to a standing appointment at 11 a.m. Mountain Time, Tuesdays. Hello, but nice to be here with you all. Sorry about that, but good to have you here today. Thanks for stopping in. And you can always watch it from the beginning after it's over, but yeah, then you're not here live. A fellow Canadian here from BC. As a Canadian, do you suggest charging people in US or Canadian dollars? Great question. Let me get a drink first. So I would think about who your audience is, or not necessarily audience. If you're charging people, so you obviously have something to sell, or you have a business or whatever it is, who are your clients? Who are your customers? If you're in Canada, and 95% of your customers are in Canada, you should probably charge in Canadian dollars. In my case, there are a lot of Canadians here in this live, and there's a lot of Canadians that watch my videos. But if I go into my analytics, I think it's 75% of my audience are from the USA. So I choose, so like when I sell consulting or anytime I've done business online, so before YouTube, when I was more into Fiverr and freelancing, I always charge in US dollars. And it's because that is the language that most of my potential clients speak, not language, but currency. And not only that, if we start talking about countries other than Canada and the US, so over in Europe or wherever, everyone seems to know what the US dollar is, right? Not many people outside of Canada know what the Canadian dollar is, right? It's about 75 cents for a dollar, well, the other way around. One Canadian dollar costs about 75 cents US. So, but anyways, most people don't know that unless you're in Canada. So yeah, I would think about who your audience is or who your customers are and charge them accordingly. So, so just to follow up on this, Since I'm charging in US for whatever I'm selling, if a Canadian comes to me, I may often get, oh, so that's Canadian dollars? And I'll say, sorry, actually, no, it's not. It's US dollars. Oh, but you're in Canada. How come I'm in Canada, you're in Canada, you should charge in Canadian. So, well, yeah, I can, but it would be, we'd have to add 30% to that or whatever. So sometimes you will end up with those types of conversations, and you can decide how to handle that if you want. But yeah, I'm only set up for US dollars, and it's just right across the board. It keeps things simple. Yeah, so I hope that helps. Davina says, would you suggest live streaming for total beginners? Yeah, why not? Sure. I was a total beginner when I first did it, and you can actually still go back and click on my live and watch my first one. But yeah, I tell you, I learned a lot from doing it. Live streaming like this, talking to a camera, and getting used to talking to a camera helped me tremendously in making videos talking to a camera. So absolutely, I would 100% encourage you to try that. Now, if you've never live streamed, if your channel is young and you don't have many viewers and you don't think you're going to get many people watching, that's something you need to prepare for. So have something ready to talk about or demonstrate or whatever your live stream is going to do. So I started by demonstrating video editing techniques in Camtasia. So I had something ready to go and ready to talk about in case nobody showed up and asked me anything. So just be prepared, and if you're consistent with it and do it regularly, you'll grow. It'll grow. The channel will grow. And you'll get a lot of watch hours eventually. From my experience of tech, if you record yourself in Zoom and then upload it to YouTube, firstly, the quality may be lower than if you uploaded it directly. Okay, very good. But also you may get fuzzy lines from the recording on your video by recording a video from a screen. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. You could. See, I've never done that before. I've never recorded directly from Zoom and then uploaded it to YouTube. But I'm going to be incorporating Zoom into Ecamm for future guest speakers that I'm going to have in my live streams. So, and I'll get to that in just a second. That's exactly the issue I was talking about. It's a concern for all of us, unfortunately. I will look into that for sure as I'm getting more and more into that. How do I optimize OBS for my live streams? It seems to be the only thing that is compatible, and it is tricky to figure out. It is tricky, and I'm not really the right person to help you with that because I've used OBS. I had my 25-year-old son help me get it set up the first time. He uses it he live streams as well. But I found it tough. I just find it's not your only option, but it's the free option for sure. Ecamm is only for a Mac, so maybe you're on a PC. If you're on a PC, you have other options like StreamYard. There is a free, I believe there's a free version of StreamYard you could use. There's also Riverside. There's several. Now, if you go with their free plan, there are some things that you don't get. Like you'd probably only be able to stream it in 720p. You may not be able to show chat messages, things like that. But OBS is 100% free, but there's a learning curve to it, 100%. And it'll take time. It's going to take time. And time that I kind of gave up on it, and I went to Ecamm. So for me, I just would rather something that's prepackaged, it works, and it's kind of smooth, and it is. It's like a lot of Apple things. That's my experience anyways. A lot of people use OBS and love it. You do have a lot of control with OBS once you figure it out. But good luck with it. How is the electric bill? Not too bad. Not too bad. I do have a lot going on, but the lights are well, this one is that draws power for sure, but the other ones are LED lights. They're not too bad. Okay, let me go. Okay, we got a lot of okay, how do we do? Sorry, one second. I'm going to, boom, maybe that. Okay, so we've got a little bit of a spam issue today. Sorry about that, guys. Looks like someone needs to be blocked. LOL, I think I just did. That's the problem, again, with me falling behind here. Let me just, okay, almost going through here. Have I been caught out on copyright? So it's not as bad as I might have made it sound, but just about to get into that. Zoom has a direct link to YouTube. We broadcast our Monday show through Zoom to YouTube and Facebook. It's built and easy to do. There you go. Thanks, Tech for Senior. There you go. You should check out his channel too, because he might have a lot more information like that. Hi back at you, Peter. Okay. Sorry guys, I'm just skimming now because I want to get running out of time here. I don't want to waste too much more time. Be careful with those energy drinks, Rob. Yeah, I know. It's my vice. It could be worse. Zero sugar. It is zero sugar. Zero sugar, but some people say that whatever they put in it that's not sugar, that makes it taste like sugar, is also not good for you. I don't know. It allows me to work sometimes when I'd rather have a nap. The Maritimer, is it true that uploading 5 videos at a time but scheduling them for the next 24 hours can boost the views? There's varying opinions on that. Some people say that it's a good idea to launch a channel with several videos all ready to go. That way, if somebody watches one of your videos all the way through and they like it, there's something else for them to watch. But I've also heard that if you launch a video and is doing well, right, then if you launch another one, now if YouTube has decided to show one of your videos to a certain group of people, they may show the new one, not the first one. So the second one might take away views of the first one. I'm not an expert on that. I have tried it both ways. I've seen some of my videos do really well on their own, regardless of whether or not I post another video after it. Okay, so there's that. But I have also noticed by posting a video before the previous one has kind of finished its initial run, that it dips down a little bit. So the bottom line though is each video needs to stand on its own. Yeah, they're gonna try. YouTube's gonna try to figure out who the audience is and how good of a video it is by testing the waters with your subscribers first. And if a lot of them like it and the retention rate is good and whatnot, then they'll maybe go out to some other people and recommend it to them. But if you throw another video in there, then which one is going to be shown to the subscriber? You know, if the subscriber is looking at 12 recommended videos on their screen, they're not going to make 5 of them yours. Like all your 5 last videos aren't going to be there. It's going to be one, I think. I've never noticed that anyways, like my recommended list being overloaded with just one creator. So because of that, I would personally tend to spread them out. And that way your audience might get used to, you know, how often you come out with videos. Maybe every day, maybe come out with one. But then again, you know, you look at somebody like Dodash and they're posting several videos a day. She's posting several videos a day and is working for her, right? So it has a lot to do with your content as well, how binge worthy your content is. Right? So anyways, I hope that helped. I didn't directly answer your question because I don't directly know the exact answer. And I think the answer is going to be different depending on the situation too. So there you go. You drink one a day. Okay. Yeah, I drink more than one a day. We'll leave it at that. Okay. I'm just... Let's fast forward to the copyright talk. I'm going to have to get to some of these other questions later. Let's get into this. So, okay, copyright. So let me just kind of block that up. So here's what happened. And I just made a video about it, and I haven't edited it yet. I was going to edit it during this live, but we might not have enough time, but hope to put the video out tomorrow. Last week, I did a live stream here on this channel, my regular live stream. And so what I do when I do a live stream is I turn monetization off, okay, during the live stream, because I don't want you guys to be interrupted with ads, because when the ads finished playing and you come back, you will have missed, you know, however long that ad was, you'll have missed that much of my live stream. So I leave it off for the live streams until the live stream is done. When the live stream is over, I'll typically go into my YouTube studio and I will turn monetization for that video on, okay? Because then, if you watch it after the fact, any videos that YouTube any ads that YouTube decides to display, my video will be paused, right? It'll be paused. They'll show you the ad, and then you'll either watch it all or skip it, whatever, come back. When you come back to the very spot where you left. Last week, I think I forgot to do that for like about an hour. But I got an email from YouTube, and it said, let me find it. Well, I've got it right here. It said, video cannot be monetized. Copyright content has been detected. And I started freaking out. It's like, what the heck did I do? Like, what did I do? And the video it referenced was my live stream, the one that I had just finished. So I opened the email, and I kept reading, and it said, visibility has not been impacted. It's not a copyright strike. Okay, so I'll get that out of the way right off the bat. I did not get a copyright strike, but I had content in my live stream that was copyrighted and somebody else owned it. So let me ask you guys, do you share same content? Yeah, I'm going to ask you right now. Who here was here last week and saw my live stream? Can you think about what I might have done that caused this? It took me a little while, but then I figured it out. I don't think I'm going to give you too much time to think about. I'm just going to quickly see if anybody gets it right. Give me your guesses. What do you think I did? If you're enjoying this live stream, smash that thumbs up button. Yeah. It copyrighted your own content? No, it wasn't. It was somebody else's content. No clue what it was. You played music, your own video. Okay, curious. I was here but missed your mistake. Okay, Barb's the closest so far. Fitness with Barbara. Dodash. It was not Dodash. No. Did you have music in the background? If you remember, okay, so for those who were here, part of my live stream last week, I was showing how to edit a video. I'm going to share my screen. I was showing how to edit a video. And no, I'm not going to bring that up. Actually, geez, I just had a thought that I might be doing it again, but I'm not. If you recall, there was a time while I was demonstrating my video where people started saying in the chat, would you please turn the music down? Okay, and it's like, I have no music playing. What are you talking about? So it turns out when I'm here working in my office, there's a few YouTube channels that I will often open up and play lo-fi, coffee house, chill music in the background. I usually open it up on YouTube, I turn it way down, but I have my system up, right? So I can still hear it much lower than everything else I'm doing. But when I was doing the live stream, I turned my system speakers most of the way down. I can still hear because I don't use headphones when I'm doing live stream. I don't like to. So I can still hear out of the speakers, but this mic won't pick up the speakers. I could not hear that lo-fi music was playing in the background, but you guys could. You heard it in the live stream and you called it out, and it took me a few minutes and I finally shut it off. Well, as it turns out, some of the music that was playing was copyrighted. and I think it listed 3 titles. I don't know how long it was playing for, but enough that 3 different people, YouTube identified them right off the bat as being owners of copyrighted material that was playing in the background. So that's what happened. But I wanted to stress that this was not a copyright strike. Copyright strikes are bad. You don't want those. So what happens when you put copyright music in your videos that then gets uploaded to YouTube? The copyright owner has the choice. They can tell YouTube to take your video down. That didn't happen in this case. Or they can now be the ones to monetize that video. So, and that's what happened. So now I can't monetize that live stream video from last week because that music is on it. I could delete the video, but I don't want to. Like, I don't mind that I'm not getting monetized for that one video. It's not a big deal. It's a learning experience, right? And we're talking about it now. It's content. I'm making a video about it tomorrow. I'm learning, and I'm hopefully helping you guys too. So that's what happened, and that's the outcome. It's not considered a copyright strike. If you get copyright strikes, that's when it gets taken down. And I think if you get 2 strikes within 90 days, you could have your channel turned off, and you don't want to mess with that. So that's why I never put, or I try to never put anybody else's music or videos in my videos. Now, some people do put clips of like movies or other people's YouTube videos or whatnot inside their videos. And the way it kind of works is, what's it called? Fair use policy. Like if you can add value to like if you're reviewing something, then that's fine. You're adding value, but you can't just play someone's video and basically say that it's yours, because it's not, and that's stealing. So for that's why copyright strikes are bad. Okay, you don't want to lose your channel over something like that. So that's what happened. Now let me I noticed there's a whole bunch of questions coming in, so I want to look at them and just see if I can answer anything. Did you have music on in the background? Or let me change this. Sorry, I didn't. I had that on the wrong screen. Epidemic sound, but they missed the license. No, it wasn't that. It was just, I believe it was your background chill music. You got it, Eric. That's what it was. The background music. Phone went off. No, it didn't, but that could happen too. If you have a ringtone that's, copyrighted music, you don't want that going off. Arlene remembers you had music playing for a length of time. Yep, you guys got it. You know it. So the person who alerted you to the background music got you a copyright strike. Yeah. No, well, actually, it allowed me to turn it off. Did it save you from a strike because you, after publish, tried to monetize? No, it never gave me the option to monetize. So let me just show you live, and I will share this. Okay, so here is my YouTube studio, and this is what we're doing now. This is live. This video here was last week. And if you see, so right now I've got monetization off for this one, the one we're doing right now, and this one ineligible. I can't click on anything here. This one, there's a drop down. I have the choice for all my other ones to turn them on or off. This one is ineligible, and it's because of copyright. And if I hover over it, copyright protected content found. The owner allows the content to be used, but you can't monetize your video. Okay, so that's how that works. I never got so YouTube was that quick. Now, again, I think it took me about an hour before I realized that I forgot to turn monetization on. And in that time, YouTube sent me that email, and then I went in and I noticed, I can't turn it on anyways. So that's it. That's it. But I learned something, right? I learned something. Make sure the background music is off. See, I have too many tabs open. This is the problem. Heidi says, how do you know about using memes? For example, I referenced Bubba Gump in a recent video and put a meme as an overlay on my video. Am I at risk when I do that? I don't think so. I don't think so. No, because like if it's really short and it's adding value to your move, well, yeah. See, to me, this gets almost into lawyer speak, because if you look at the rules with YouTube, in my mind, it is kind of vague. It's the whole fair use policy. Like, is that what it's called? Fair use? I might be getting that term wrong. But anyways, you just have to be careful. I know a lot of people do put things like that in, but you know, some people are more risk adverse, and some people don't mind taking risks at all with that sort of thing. So, I mean, there are some channels that exist, and all they do is they review movies or songs and stuff like that. I don't exactly know how they get away with that, or maybe they just do it knowing that they can't get monetized ever, right? Oh, Fitness with Barbara says you should be able to edit the music out in your YouTube Studio editor and it doesn't affect the voice. I don't think you can do that. I don't think, because it was baked right in, right? The background music, I was talking over it the whole time. So I don't know that I could, but I haven't really looked into that. Like editing audio, if it's on one track, it's kind of hard to edit certain things out. If they're on the same track. If they were on different tracks in a video editor, then yeah, you can turn one track off, turn the background music track off, and keep your voice audio track on. But you know, once it's uploaded to YouTube and it's already, you know, getting stats and all the chats are there, and I just don't want to delete any of that. I don't want to delete it, try to edit it and re-upload it. So again, I'm totally fine with it. Being not monetized. And I learned something from it, so I'm all good with that. Good point, Jason. Don't record in a bar with music playing. Don't record at the gym with music in the background. Don't record in the car with the radio on. That's a big one. You'll get dinged every time. I think it's amazing how quick YouTube is able to know what music's on in the background. I mean, that amazes me. But yeah, they're good at it. They are good at it. How does YouTube know that you've paid for music subscription to use in your videos? That's a good question. So what happens a lot of times when you sign up for a royalty-free subscription service like Epidemic Sound is the first time you use it, you might get a copyright notice, okay? Because they may not know yet. But what those services allow you to do, like in Epidemic Sound's case, I can log into my Epidemic Sound account and it allows me to enter in my YouTube channel. So they say, do you have a YouTube channel where you're uploading most of your songs? If so, enter it here and we may be able to stop any possible claims from ever happening, right? So, and you can enter in several channel URLs if you want. And that's totally fine. If something gets through, or if that doesn't block everything, and you know, you do get a notice from YouTube, there is a way. They give you a way to fight it. You can say, "Whoa, wait, no, I have an Epidemic Sound license." You can go to Epidemic Sound, and they have a frequently asked question that deals with it. It said, if this ever happens to you, here's what you do. Copy and paste this message into this part of YouTube, whatever, and give them your account name, or I forget exactly what it was, but I've done it before. Send that off and it should be resolved within 24 hours and then it goes away. So they help with that, which is really nice. So yeah, there you go. The author changed their contract with YouTube and it now is copyrighted. So the rules changed. My rule after doing this for 5 years is no music. Good. That's a good rule. Yeah, I do put, like, I'm using the same piece of music in all of my videos. Most of my videos, the kind of the happy upbeat stuff that I have at the beginning of my live streams and at the end of all of my, I got that from Epidemic Sound. Now, as soon as I let my Epidemic Sound subscription expire, and if I don't renew, from that point on, I can't use that music anymore, right? I'll have to use something else if I go somewhere else. Maybe that music is somewhere else too. I don't know, but I don't have any plans on leaving Epidemic Sound anyways because I like it. Yeah, so that's how that works. Couldn't you clip out that section of audio so that you could monetize the rest? Yeah, maybe I can in YouTube Studio, but then I'm clipping out my voice too. And I know I was talking and walking people through whatever it was that I was demonstrating. So, oh, I did cut the music and we monetized the show. Okay, sorry. So Sicilian Life, you were talking to Tech for Senior. Perfect. Okay. No music? That is scary for me. I'm a faceless channel and I rely on music. Then you definitely need a royalty-free music service. Now, YouTube does have free music available. The library isn't huge, but you like right in YouTube, you can go. They have you can click on the I think it's a library tab, and you can get music from within there that you can use. If you don't have an outside subscription anywhere else. But if you're a faceless channel, then you probably want variety, like a lot. Like if you're making a lot of videos, you probably want lots of choices, unless you're going to play the same music all the time. So you may need a subscription to Epidemic Sound or Storyblocks or audio. There's several you can choose from. Let's see. So, yeah, there's one other thing I wanted to talk about before I go, but still getting through the chats here. We still got time. YouTube will let you erase or replace the music. Very good. I would stay away from any type of intellectual property. Absolutely. Rob, the problem with YouTube is the rules always change. No music. Yes, that's valid. Valid point. Ian Corzine has a fair use playlist. He is a creator lawyer. Okay, there you go. Hi all. Hi mini scenes. How you doing? Baked right into what you were saying. I understand now. Yes. One audio track. With DaVinci Resolve, I think you can remove background music if you have the studio version. I remember seeing videos on this. Yes, you can, I believe. And there's more and more AI features that allow or that make it easier to remove background music, 100%. The problem is the only editor available to me since it was a live stream and it's already uploaded to YouTube, the only available editor to me is the YouTube Studio editor, which is I've never really used it. You can't do a lot with it. I think you can blur out a few things after the fact. You can cut things out, but it's not. I haven't had great. I've tinkered with it a little bit, but it's not at all the same as dealing with as working with the DaVinci Resolve or Camtasia or any other software-based video editor. Otherwise, yeah, I could probably use AI to remove it. And maybe YouTube will let you do that in the future. Heck, maybe they let you do it now. Again, I haven't really used that. Rob, you can isolate voice in your editing. I found I can edit out the bin men, Mark having a shower and vacuuming and all sorts. I know that doesn't help if you're live, but for edited video, yes, that's right. Yeah, doesn't help since it was a live stream. So that was my problem right there. Wow, the Sicilian Life, thank you. Thank you very much, Sicilian Life, for the super chat. Much appreciated. And I'm glad you are getting value from this. That's what I'm trying to do. Trying to help as best I can. And I enjoy doing this. So hopefully you guys enjoy it too. Thank you very much. Where is Peanut? She is right there. Right there. Having a nap. And it is Peanut. Yeah, no worries. My friend did her usual live stream and she got something from YouTube saying that the content contains suicide or self-harm and there is nothing of that is there. That's interesting. Yeah, I don't know what to say about that, but hmm. But yeah, I can see why YouTube wouldn't want that to stay on for sure. Glad I caught the end. I'll watch the whole thing back later. Awesome. And hello, Pam. Sorry, I forgot to say hello to you, Pam. Thanks for turning me on to Camtasia. It's really stepped up my videos. Awesome. Glad to hear it. Glad to hear it. Camtasia is not nearly as popular as some other ones like DaVinci Resolve or iMovie or CapCut, but I've been using it for years and I love it. What do you think about OBS plus Restream together to live stream? Why not? Give it a shot. The thing with live streaming is there are so many ways to do it. I guess so I've never used Restream. My question would be why? What does Restream offer that OBS doesn't have? Maybe the chat windows, or sorry, displaying the live chat messages. If that's the case, why not just use Restream? Why use them both? I'm not too sure. I believe it can be done. I don't know why it couldn't, but I would wonder. To me, it just sounds a little more complicated to use two services rather than just learn one. But maybe there is a reason to do that, and I just don't know what it would be. Oh, and Mini Scenes just said Restream is really simple. OBS isn't. Restream is like a simplified StreamYard. Okay. Very good. Multi-streaming to different platforms without stressing your internet. Okay, yeah, no, that's a good point. Sorry, I'm just reading. I'm reading ahead to the live ones without losing my spot over here. Yeah, if you want to multi-stream to different platforms, then you would want to use a service like that can allow you to do that. I know StreamYard allows you to do that, and it sounds like maybe Restream allows that too. If I tried to stream to more than one service, like I'm streaming to YouTube right now and that's it, but if I also tried to stream this to Facebook at the same time, that would require double the uploading bandwidth, okay? And I don't have great upload speeds here. I've got lots of download speed, but since it's cable internet that I have, I only have 15 megabits per second upload speed. I think I only need 4 or 6 or something like that to do a live stream, but I would need double that if I were streaming to 2 different places, right? And yeah, maybe it looks like I might come in under the limit, but then, you know, if somebody else in the house is doing something else on the internet, then I could run into trouble. You guys may see more buffering and things like that. So yeah, no, that's a good point though. If you want to stream to more than one place and you don't have great upload speed, then a service that allows you to do that is a good way to go. I make my own music with AI, and it's a paid version that also gives me the legal and exclusive rights. That way my music can't be used by anyone else. Interesting. Okay. Make your own music with AI. Oh, that sounds fun. Sounds hard. Is that hard to do? I used to use Epidemic Sounds. Renegade's Garage. I think you can use Creator Mix. It's free to use. Okay. All right. I purchase licenses via Licked and keep the paperwork. It will clear the strike for me before my video goes live. I've heard of Licked. Isn't that the one that allows you to actually use popular music, like stuff you'll hear on the internet? It costs more money, I believe. I think I looked at Licked a little while ago, and it intrigued me. I just personally don't have a need to go with music like that, the music that people know. But yeah, that's cool. That's a cool service. Would you recommend Epidemic Sound over YouTube free music? I would, just because you get a whole lot more choice. Now, in the types of videos I'm making now, I don't need a lot of choice, so perhaps I could get away with YouTube free music, but especially if you're doing faceless channels. I don't think that was you that said that, but for those who are doing faceless channels and you need a whole bunch of different types of music, you get a lot more choice with Epidemic Sound. And I love the way you can search for stuff. You can really zone in on what you're looking for. You can modify the beats per minute of the songs. You can search by genre. You can search by whatever. There's all kinds of different ways. There's custom playlists created of the same types of music. There's certain creators that actually have put together their favorites, and you can see what their favorites are within Epidemic Sound. So it's pretty cool that way. Yeah, and just pretty much just what Jason said. Sorry, Jason, you beat me to it. Dila, hi, I'm so glad I found your channel. Hello, I'm glad you found us too. I've been thinking about opening my YouTube channel, and you pushed me to finally do it. Just uploaded my first shorts yesterday. Still learning YouTube Studio. Congratulations, new YouTuber. That's awesome. Have fun with it. Enjoy the ride. Learn lots. Try to keep things simple. It can be overwhelming if you try to overcomplicate things, which is very easy to do. Epidemic also allows you to download the stems, which is the individual instruments of a particular song, separately. Yes, they do. That's right. I've never taken advantage of that, but I think the first time I downloaded a song from Epidemic Sound, I did that. I downloaded all the things, and that's kind of cool. What are you using to, so Dynamo Foe, hello Dynamo, how you doing? What are you using to get the comments on the screen? I'm using not Epidemic Sound, Ecamm Live is the streaming software I'm using. It's on a Mac, it's on my MacBook Pro. It only is available for Mac, and it has that feature built right into it. So it's connected to my YouTube channel. More specifically, it's connected to this YouTube live stream, and it pulling in all the live comments like this. So here, I'll show you with my iPhone. So here is my live stream right here, okay? And there's the chats. And here on this monitor, sorry, there's some notes from a video. Here on this monitor, you can see all the chats are being pulled into my Ecamm Live. And then all I have to do is come up here and click, and it displays. I can click it again, and it goes away. Click this one, it displays, goes away. Okay, so that is how I do it. Put this back here. Ecamm Live, I love it. If you don't have a Mac, StreamYard, I know, has that feature as well. I've used StreamYard before too. And that's a browser-based system. It's not software you download. StreamYard runs in a browser. Yeah, you can also display chats using StreamYard. Dila, I'm sorry, I'm pronouncing that wrong. Question is, can I keep the original sound of my video, which I put together on Canva, and then add a soft music from YouTube? I do this on my IG and have a great response from my followers. Oh, you're in Instagram, sorry, and have a great response from my followers. Can I keep the original sound of my video, which I put together on Canva, and then add soft music from YouTube? Sure, as long as the original sound that you put in Canva doesn't contain copyrighted music, then sure. Yeah. So in other words, what you're trying to do is combine royalty-free music with other royalty-free music together, and that's no problem at all. Or if you were just talking about your original audio in Canva that doesn't have music, it might just be you talking, or the sounds of your video or whatever it is, that's fine. And then add YouTube music on top of that, totally fine. Yes, you can. Isn't there something about you're allowed to use up to 2 seconds from a copyrighted clip or piece of music? So this is where it gets a little dicey. I have not heard reliably that that is a rule that YouTube allows, because it's really not up to them. It's up to the owner of the music. If the owner of the music says, yeah, you can allow 2 seconds of my music and I'll be okay with that. I think the way it works is if you only have 2 seconds of a clip in there, then maybe YouTube might not be able to find it and notice that it's there. That's probably the case. It's not something I've tested or tried. I, again, just try to stay away from it. YouTube Editor has a new feature that removes the background song or music. Really? Okay, I might have to look at that, see if that works in my case. Oh, and I just see Diala says the background sound is just water boiling, burning candles, birds outside, etc., but I couldn't find the original sound option on YouTube. As soon as I attach a music, the original sound disappears. As soon as I attach music, the original sound disappears. So maybe you're talking about when you're editing it in Canva. See, I've never used Canva to edit videos. I use Canva to edit images. So I can't really speak to the video editing side of it. I don't know that Canva's audio editor is as advanced as some other ones that you could be using, like DaVinci Resolve or Camtasia. But if there's a way to add another audio track, right? So it sounds like you might be replacing the audio with new audio, whereas what you want to do is add another audio track with new audio on that. If you have 2 audio tracks and they each have their own audio and you play across those, you'll hear both at the same time. And you can typically adjust the volume of the 2 of them. So like maybe you want to hear the water boiling louder than the music you're overlaying, or vice versa. You can make those changes. But the only way you'd be able to do that is if your video editor allows you to have more than one audio track. And I don't know if that's the case with Canva video editing or not. I haven't edited a video in Canva. Hopefully that helps. Okay, just going through the chats here. Oh, Restream will do multiple cameras, multiple platforms, do chat and all sorts. Awesome. That sounds awesome. I've heard of it before. I've just if I go back years ago, it for whatever reason, 3 or 4 years ago, I chose StreamYard. Now it might be totally different now. You need to get Fibe. I have 3.0 gigabits per second in Moncton. I would love to, but I can't get it at my house. I know it's on the road. It's going right by my house, but where I live, the power and the internet cables and all that is buried under the highway to the houses here. And the only service that buried their lines to our house is Eastlink. So Eastlink is my only option here. Sorry for anybody who doesn't know. Eastlink is the local cable company here. So that's my only option. I can't get fiber op or Fibe or whatever they call it now. I used to have it through Bell and I love it, but no, I get, I think, 800 and some megabits per second down, or 1 gigabit, but only 15 up. It was 10 2 years ago and they increased that to 15. So that's why I'd have to sell the house and move. A lifetime license through audio, and it works great. Awesome. I have heard of audio. I've heard that it's good. Sorry, I'm just going to quickly scroll through these because I don't want to run out of time. I want to talk about guests. Where are we? Oh my Lord, Renegade. 700 download and 350 upload. So here, what I do, Jason and Renegade, if I have issues here in my office and I can't, let's say my internet's down, or for whatever reason let's say I have a huge video I want to upload, it's going to take forever. What I do, I will pack up my laptop, I'll jump in the car and I drive about 15 minutes down the street to Sobeys, And in their parking lot, I can get 5G plus connection speed on my phone. So I tether my laptop, my MacBook Pro, to my iPhone, and I upload it that way. I think I get like 120 gigs per month on my phone plan, and it uploads at, I don't know what it is, 50 megabits per second, I think, instead of the 15 I would get if it's working here. So yeah, that's what I do if I have to. Portable business. Okay, so all right, just scroll. Okay, JNR is a new JNR. Hello, how you doing? Just started my YouTube channel. I have been doing a deep dive on your channel, learning lots from your Camtasia videos. Very informative, good flow, learning lots. Awesome. Glad to hear it. Enjoy. Canva offers copyright-free music. We just found a great piece of music in Canva for a video we're editing. Awesome. I love Canva. But now you can do so much more with Canva than I do with it. At some point, I should get more into it and figure out exactly what they can do on the video editing side, and I will. I will. The thing is, with YouTube, there are so many different ways to do things. Okay, I mean, at its core, what is YouTube? You get to upload videos to a free video hosting service, YouTube, where anybody in the world can watch your videos. So that's what it is. Now, a video. How do you make that video? Well, you can just record it on a phone or a camera or whatever and upload it. You're done. But more often than not, people like to edit the videos. Well, how do you edit a video? So many different ways. There's probably 10 different video editing softwares that I could list. And then they're changing all the time. Like Canva started as an image editing app, right? Like a browser-based app. And they've morphed into something much more than that. They're really getting into the AI side of things and AI generated images, and now you can edit videos in there. It's awesome. So, but yeah, I've been using Canva for so long that I'm kind of set in my ways. I know what I do and what I like to do, and I know it can do a whole lot more than I do with it. So, but I'll get there. I'll try to figure it out. And we have another super chat, this time from Mel Runs Things. Thank you, Mel. I really appreciate that. From, it looks like New Zealand. That's cool. New Zealand, that's like halfway, that's like almost exactly halfway around the world from here. So you must be in the middle of the night in New Zealand. Very good. I really appreciate that. Thank you very much for the super chat. Let me just, okay, I had to, okay, StreamYard was awesome till they hiked the price by 120%. I heard about that, but that was after I stopped using them. And I stopped using them. It wasn't because of anything I didn't like. It was just because I really liked Ecamm Live. So there you go. Yeah, that sucks. You can only get fiber in certain areas. Yep, that's the way it is. I mean, where I live is a little bit rural. I mean, not that. I mean, I'm only half an hour away from Halifax, which is I guess a medium-sized city, 500,000 people. But I'm kind of rural where I am, so that's the price you pay, I guess, for that. If I use Ethernet wired, it's 1K up and down. 1K? No. Maybe like 1,000 megabits per second up and down. That's good. Great to see so many newbies. Absolutely, yeah. What do we got? We've got, can I see here? Still got 60 people in here. That's awesome, guys. That is awesome. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. I hope you guys are getting value from this. Like, do you guys like this format? Like, it's mostly live Q&A. I'm not going to get into the video editing today, but that's because I had some other things I wanted to talk about. I wanted to go over that copyright story, and I want to talk about guests. So let me get to that now. Oh, Mel, $5 New Zealand may not get you much morning. Morning here. Yeah, well, it's morning already, I suppose. No, it's still much appreciated. Thank you very much. All helps. Absolutely. StreamYard, the basic plan went up 80%. The pro plan went up 120%. JNR is also in New Zealand. I got a new sub. Awesome. Thank you. Welcome. Okay, so let me just... I'm going to have live guests on these live streams. We've talked about it before. What I'd like to do, I've got nothing imminent lined up right now, but I'm working on a few things. I've been talking to a couple people. But what I'm going to do is I want to try to bring on people onto these live streams that you can also learn from. And typically it's going to be other creators who are doing exactly what my typical audience member, you perhaps, are striving for. So somebody who's relatively successful in YouTube. So yeah, maybe the few that I've reached out to so far, and a couple I've already talked to, over 40 creators who are doing well, and that you may know. I'm not going to give away any names just yet, but once I have something lined up, I'll fill you in. And the way I'm going to do that is Zoom allows. So with Ecamm Live, I can integrate with Zoom. So this guest is going to call in. We're going to be in a Zoom meeting, and then I'll be able to bring them into this live stream. So I'll be able to have side by side. Show them full screen, me full screen, and I'll be the producer here by flipping screens and whatnot. That's the way it'll work. So I'm going to start with one guest at a time, and eventually I'd kind of like to see, like, what do you guys think about almost like a round table kind of discussion where you guys can ask questions of several of us, and then we who are me and the invited guest or two or three can kind of chat about things that you guys ask questions about. That's kind of what I'm thinking in my head, but we'll get to that. First, it'll just be one-on-one, and you guys can ask questions. They can share their journey, how they got to where they're at, what they do, how much time they devote to it, whatever you want to add. I'll probably have some questions ahead of time, just in case nobody shows up and you guys don't ask questions. But so I'll be prepared that way. And just so you know, like, I've seen this done before, I'm not an interviewer by trade. I've never done anything like that. So this is going to be new for me too. I'll probably meet with them first, just to discuss how it's going to go. And I want to be sure I know how it's going to work technically from an Ecamm and Zoom point of view. But I think it'll be fun, and I think it'll be value. I think we'll be able to add value to what you get. So my initial plan is to try to keep this time, because I think you guys are getting used to the time that I go live, 2 o'clock Halifax time every Tuesday. But depending on who the guest is going to be and where they are, that time might not work. So I may do it from time to time on a different day and a different time. Okay, but when I do, I'll always try to give notice. So I'd like to be able to book these like a week in advance, so that, like, if I had one for next Tuesday, which I don't currently yet, I would be able to announce it here and say, so next week's live, we're going to have a guest, and it's going to be Wednesday at 4 o'clock or 10 a.m. or whatever, right? I'd like to be able to tell you ahead of time. And if it's going to be something that kind of develops kind of quickly, then I'll probably come out with a video, a short little video. Again, like I showed you the video earlier that I put out yesterday, it'll just be like an advertisement video that I won't expect to do well in the YouTube algorithm, but it will announce to my subscribers that, hey, I'm doing a live stream like in 2 days that I don't usually do on Thursdays, but it's because I've got this guest and that's when they can do it. And if you can join, you can join. So that's my plan. Let me know what you think. If you have any other ideas, if there are any creators you'd like me to get a hold of that you'd like to see me have a chat with, let me know that too. Yeah, that's what I wanted to say about that. So I saw that a whole bunch of questions or comments, maybe they're questions, maybe not, came in. So let me quickly look to see if I can answer any questions right now. So yes, love your lives. That's good. Awesome. Thank you. Jason, definitely like this. I'm working my day job, LOL, and listening. Got a Discord in 5 minutes. You're probably in that now. I think that was 5 minutes ago. Sorry. Appreciate your videos, but it is nice to see you live and get your advice. And I like doing lives. They're fun for me too. Fitness with Barbara. Barbara says, great. Awesome. Sandy, love it. Anaholics wants to see Mr. Beast. Hey, I can try. I can try. He's not over 40 though, I don't think. Not that they have to be. I'd love to be a guest, Rob. I'm 57 and have 16,000 subscribers in the craft niche. YouTube for 2 years if you want me. Sounds good. That sounds good. Send me a message. We'll chat. That's awesome. Because yeah, it can be. It doesn't always have to be people I reach out to. Like if any of you guys want to do that, we can talk about that. I'm open to that. Absolutely. I want this channel to kind of go wherever you guys want it to go. Hi, Rob. Very helpful. I am booking a call with you shortly. I'm 52-year-old in Georgia and started my channel and need to talk to someone. When you compress a video, does it hurt the quality? It can. It depends how much you compress it. Yeah, that's what it really, you can oftentimes compress a video quite a lot and have the quality not be affected at all. But it's something you might want to test. But yeah, no, yeah, yeah, absolutely. If you want to book a call, go for it. I'd love to meet you. That'd be great. Sandy, oh, I like it. That's good. If I'm ever in Halifax, we have to grab a beverage and chat YouTube. 100%, Jason. Love to. That'd be great. Yeah, you're in Moncton, so you're close. You're fairly close. Was that 3 hours? Yeah, about 3 hours from here. It would be great. Personally, 2 max would be my preference. Hose or fire hydrant? I'll pick hose so I can learn and implement. Yeah, I think more than 2. I was kind of more thinking. I don't know. There's some podcasts that I watch where you've got like almost like a round table of several people, and they're just talking back and forth. Sometimes not even taking questions. So that's another format. Another format I've thought about is so even with the one-on-ones, I like doing live. Some people may not like doing live, so maybe I make videos. I could have a guest and make a, we can do a Zoom and I can record. We can record both sides and then I can edit it together and I can make a video that is like a chat between myself and another creator, right? That's another option that I've thought about that we could do. Hello, Yvette. How you doing? Sally says, I've tried DaVinci Resolve. I can't get my video to upload. Probably operator error. Using Canva is much easier for me. And that's what it comes down to, is whatever is easiest for you. DaVinci can be overwhelming. DaVinci is super powerful. Like you can do a lot with that, but because of that, there's a bit of a learning curve to it. But having said that, I do plan on coming out with a video at some point that kind of brings it down to the basics for several video editing apps, actually. So that's just something I've got like further down the line. I want to make very quick how to edit a video with Camtasia, with DaVinci Resolve, with iMovie, with CapCut, and have an individual video for all of them that's not too long, that covers all the basics that you need to know. Something like that might help. Thanks for the interesting live stream again today. No problem. Hope you enjoyed it. I didn't know it was over. It's not over yet. I'm still here. Probably have to go soon though. Just checking to see if there's any other questions. Good to see you too, Yvette. Thanks for stopping in. I'm sure you at least double your viewers if you get Mr. Beast on the show, despite he is not over 40. Maybe, but would they be the right viewers? Maybe not. It might be a big influx one day and then they're all gone the next day. So, but yeah, I'd have some questions for Mr. Beast, 100%. Daphne says, awesome. Your lives have a lot of info that helps us. Thanks. No problem. I'm glad it helps. I'm glad it helps. Who's going to be your first guest, Mr. Rob? I will let you know. But not right now. I don't even know yet. I'm talking to a couple people. We gotta work out times that work for everybody. But I have 2 people interested. So let's start with that. That basically said yes. So we will see. I'll announce it as soon as I can. I use my phone and laptop for my video. Perfect. Yeah, so many different ways you can do it. Another vote for a roundtable. Yvette's yes sounds great. Looking forward to seeing your guest shows. Yeah, me too. It's going to be fun. Don't forget to send me a message. We can talk about that. That'd be cool. There we go. Let me take a drink. Real quick. Is there anything else I wanted to say? I don't think so, unless you guys have any other questions. Are you in Virginia, North Carolina here? No, I'm not. I'm in Nova Scotia, Canada, if you were talking to me. Not in North Carolina at all. How often do you do these live streams? Every week. I've been doing this every week, every Tuesday, same time. So that's 1 o'clock Eastern time. I've been doing this. I haven't missed a week since I think late February of this year, of 2024. And I'm going to keep on doing these. And depending on how the whole guest thing goes, I may even do more than one a week in the future. But certainly one a week. So like in a year, you host a talk show. That's funny you say that. It's not something I would ever thought I would do. That's just not me. Who knows? Yeah, host a talk show. Isn't this a talk show? This is a show, and I'm talking. This is a talk show. Not very heavily produced, shall I say? Anyways, that is it. I think that's all I got to say, guys. Thanks for stopping in today. I hope you got some value out of this. I hope you learned something about copyright strikes. I did not get one. Sorry I couldn't edit that video for you today during the live because just ran out of time. But I did make the video. I'm going to hope to have it out tomorrow morning. And if you watch this live stream, the video is going to be pretty much about the same thing. Going over what happened to me last week and the fact that it wasn't as bad as I first thought it was. But anyways, thanks again, guys. This was a lot of fun. I'll see you next week, or I'll see you in another video if you watch tomorrow's. So keep an eye open for that. Thank you, and I'll see you later. All right, bye. I never know where the end button, there it is, finish.